And as we continue to count down the days to the 4th of July, dozens of tall ships and warships are making their way to New York Harbor for a celebration called Sail250. The Coast Guard's flagship, the Bark Eagle, is leading the charge this year, guiding floating pieces of history from around the world. The Eagle is carrying future leaders of the U.S. Coast Guard. A historical document is also being transported aboard one of the original publishings of the Declaration of Independence. Lee Waldman reports tonight.
Protected by glass, a centuries-old print proudly stands in the Eagle's wardroom.
Eagle, being our great sailing ship, is, after New York, going to take that Boston printing of the Declaration back to a museum in Boston for the public to see it there. So it probably is the first copy of the Declaration being delivered by sailing ship since 1776.
In our nation's infancy, major news was delivered by ship or through newspaper printing. This Declaration of Independence was originally printed by a Boston printer who was forced to flee his shop when the British invaded. Now, 250 years later, it's sailing home aboard the Coast Guard Eagle.
That's how, if you were alive in 1776, that's how you would have experienced the Declaration of Independence. And that's the news that is really changing your world.
The Eagle herself is 90 years old. 80 of those years have been with the Coast Guard. Will Soffren, an author writing about the ship, says she was originally built as a German naval vessel.
The name of the ship originally was Horst Wessel, who was a sort of propaganda martyr, and this ship was a big symbol of Nazi pride.
The U.S. Coast Guard took ownership of her after World War II. She's now a training vessel in its fleet.
Every cadet must sail on this ship. This is where they get an opportunity to practice applying that knowledge in a real-world environment.
Two important pieces of history: sailing the Atlantic, ringing in America's birthday, one nautical mile at a time.
As I think about this birthday, I think it's really important that we consider the strength of America is in what we have assembled as people over time.
Aboard the Eagle, I'm Lee Waldman.